Whether you are just starting out, looking for something new, or just seeing what's out there, the Gamasutra Job board is the place where game developers move ahead in their careers. Gamasutra's job board is the most diverse, most active, and most established board of its kind in the video game industry, serving companies of all sizes, from indie to AAA. Here are just some of the many positions being advertised right now. If you are a recruiter looking for talent, you can also post jobs here. Location: San Rafael, California. Ascendant Studios is looking for an animator to help bring our first title to life. This is a full-time, on-site position at our office in San Rafael, California. Our ideal applicant has a solid animation background, paired with strong technical ability and pipeline knowledge. Prior work in games is required, and experience with Unreal Engine would be a big plus. Location: San Mateo, California. The senior program manager reports into the platform planning, management, PPM, department's business operations team, and is primarily focused on go-to-market and in-life project management, communications operations around the launch dates of platform products and features. These programs are typically platform initiatives which vary in scope and subject matter, ranging from incremental feature planning through to the hardware and software releases. The PPM team works with a broad global set of internal and external teams responsible for all aspects of project planning and development. In the PlayStation family, as such, the ideal candidate has direct experience of platform planning and on managing projects in a global digital media entertainment environment. Gaming experience interest strongly desired. Location: Austin, Texas. FoxNext Studios is seeking an experienced senior narrative designer to join our world-class team in creating a shooter set in the Alien universe for consoles and PC. Are you passionate about creating a game where people feel engaged with the world and characters? Do you revel in turning visions and ideas into playable events? Are you excited about adding to the stories within one of the most beloved science fiction franchises of all time? Awesome! Come join our creative, collaborative studio and add stories to the Alien universe with a tight, integrated team of game developers. Location: Broadway, New South Wales, Australia. The software engineer is responsible for owning the implementation and support of features for games, the creation of games, and game services. This includes working with art, design, and production to fully understand the requirements of each feature, and working with a team of engineers to ensure a quality and timely delivery. Location: Marina, California. Skydance Interactive, known for Archangel, a futuristic mech combat game in virtual reality, and PWND, a high-flying, close-pounding, multiplayer rocket-launch shooter, is looking for a talented senior character artist to join our small-knit studio. Our ideal candidate will be well-versed in all aspects of character modeling development and will serve as a mentor to other artists. We believe that a small, focused, and dedicated team of talented people can create exceptional games. Game Design Deep Dive is an ongoing Gamasutra series with the goal of shedding light on specific design features and mechanics within a video game, in order to show how seemingly simple, fundamental design decisions are not really that simple at all. Check out earlier installments in the action based PGBATTADSINUNDARDALE, situational awareness and player frustration in grip, and the capital ship investments in that star. Also, dig into ever-growing deep minded features on everything from rocket jumping in Rocket Legato Dying Light's natural movement system. I am a games designer with 10 years experience in the industry. I used to work at Frontier Developments with Oli De-Vine, but we left at the beginning of last year to start our own studio. Our first project is a cooperative cooking game called Overcooked, which released on August 3rd. A Rex 1, PlayStation 4 and Windows PC. A lot of games seem to add co-op mode as an afterthought. We played lots of games where co-op simply meant to have twice and twice as many enemies, and they almost always devolved into a race to see who could kill the next enemy or grab the next job. With Overcooked, we wanted to make a game where cooperation was a central pillar, a game which was much more focused on how the team works together rather than simply adding more players to a single-player experience. I want to talk through the development process for the game, calling out some of the key decisions we made and the challenges we faced developing a game which actually required players to cooperate. When we started the project, before we had landed on the concept of a kitchen, of cooking, we knew we wanted to make the game about cooperation. There are lots of games which allow players to work as a team, but more often than not the focus is on the skills and abilities of the individuals rather than how good the team is at communicating or coordinating their behavior. I have worked in various restaurants over the years, earned my stripes spot washing and bussing tables, and kitchens have always struck me as a perfect analogy for a cooperative game, an occupation where teamwork, time management, spatial awareness and shouting are all vitally important. But how do you encourage players to work together, and how do you make that a fun experience? Prototype. Cooperation is about realizing you can achieve much more as a team than you ever could on your own. As in a real kitchen, time is one of the most important elements in our game we have to play with. The premise is simple. You have to try and deliver orders as quickly as you can or you risk upsetting your customers. You can choose to perform more actions yourself, but you quickly learn that by sharing the workload, you can drastically reduce the time it takes to achieve your goal. It's a very simple metric which players are always quick to pick upon. Many hands make light work. So our initial prototypes focused on the most basic example of this we could think of. Players were challenged to pick a pan ingredient, take it to a chopping board, add it to a plate and then serve. If they served the dish before the time ran out, they would not lose a life. As a player, when you started the level you had a choice. You could either carry the ingredient all the way around Essential, divide, or you could save time by passing it across the counter so your teammate could chop it for you. It's extremely simple, but in many ways, that example is at the center of our game's design. We kept the controls deliberately simple. One button to pick up, one button to interact and a thumbstick to move. We discussed giving chefs different stats, chefs who were faster at chopping or chefs who could move more quickly. But again, we wanted the game to be more about how the team works together, so we decided to keep all players on a level playing field. We created a handful of different kitchen layouts, which played on this very simple idea of cooperation. Levels with corridors that only one person at a time could fit down. Levels which required players to relay ingredients between 3 or 4 players. It was instantly rewarding and players picked up the basics really quickly. But we also found they would, after a brief period of discussion, fall into familiar roles and comfortably complete the level simply by performing the same action on repeat until the end of the level. After the initial flurry of activity and communication, players would start to settle. Cooperation became fairly rote and cooperation unspoken. We tried several different ideas to address this, but these were the three most important changes we made. Disruptions. This last point was a defining moment for the game's design. We quickly realized that players enjoyed having to think on their feet and respond to the changing levels. We added a level on board the ship here. The counters would slide and change the layout of the kitchen. We built a level which would be torn apart by an earthquake, leaving players temporarily separated from one another. We added rods, floating countertops, even moving ice floes. Suddenly players were having to really concentrate on what every member of the team was doing and stay in constant communication in order to stay on top of the chaos. More than that, they were also being forced to change their roles. Midway through a round, it's hard to remain in control of the chopping. When the chopping board has suddenly slid to the other side of the kitchen, one of the more dynamic Overcooked was set on a pirate ship.